Hi, today what I'm going to do is introduce exponential functions with you through the use of this Prezi and my awesome voice. An exponential function can be demonstrated by this simple idea right here. Imagine I traveled to New York to watch the Giants play. Their stadium, through calculations, I got 1.83 million square meters. So the entire stadium right there can fill, or I guess hold, 1.83 million square meters. Now, with me, I happen to have a nice little eyedropper. This eyedropper, I guess every time you push it, releases approximately 1 milliliter of water. Now, I go to the stadium and I sit up at the highest possible point with my eyedropper. And I have a question now. If I start at noon this Saturday by dropping 1 milliliter of water, and then each minute later I drop twice as much liquid as the last minute. So for example, I drop 2 milliliters at 12:01, 4 milliliters at 12:02, I would drop 8 milliliters at 12:03, and so on. And we're going to assume that I have an infinite amount of water by my side. So at any point in time, if I need more water in my eyedropper, it will automatically appear. So the question is how long, so what time, what day, what month, what year, how long will it take until all 1.83 million square meters of the New York Giants Stadium is underwater? And again, we're going to assume a couple things. We're going to assume that the doors are shut, that it's airtight, and that, again, I have an unlimited amount of water. All right? So please pause the video now and talk among your groups. Okay, so now what you should have realized is, I guess the question I'm going to first is you should have hopefully either as God is it's going to take minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, or years for this to happen, and hopefully you realize actually it's going to take simply minutes, and we can show mathematically that it's probably you're going to get it done within the first hour, and probably around the 50-minute mark, 50 marks. Now, before we all start challenging and say, no, that's not true, that's not true. It actually has to do with this right here. What I've done is I've actually made a chart of at what time how much milliliters we're dropping. So time 0 we're dropping 1, time 1 we're dropping 2, 2 minutes we're dropping 4, 3 minutes we're dropping 8, and so on. Now you can see at the very beginning we're dropping very little amounts. I mean 6 minutes later we're dropping 64 milliliters. At about 9 minutes we get to 500, half a liter, 10 minutes a liter. So we're 10 minutes and we're already at 1 liter. Well, watch what happens to these numbers very carefully. We go 10 more minutes and now we are dropping 1,000,000 milliliters. Okay? We keep going and you can see what's happening here. 39 minutes later we are dropping 5 with 11 zeros behind it in milliliters. And at the 50-minute mark, we are dropping 1 with 15 zeros behind it. And that's just how much we're dropping. That's not taking into account how much has already been added every time. So as you can tell, it's actually going to take minutes. And within about 50 minutes, the stadium would be completely underwater.